What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Monday. It is June 26th, and we are back, hopefully bringing you an informative video. It's only 6 games, so shouldn't be a long video, but hopefully we can give you as much information as we possibly can. If you need any, questions, hit us up down below or hit us up on Twitter at advisors_team, or even hit us up on our email, dfshelp1@gmail.com. If you need a little bit more help from, beyond these videos, go check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. We have a ton of information, both free, and then we do have a subscription over there as well. We just got tagged by none other than our own Marquise Davis. They took down a small GPP over on DraftKings, I believe Saturday. It was either Saturday or Sunday. And I saw people asking about if they should sign up, and if anyone here wanted to give a testimonial or anything like that from the website, Marquise might be the guy to do it for you. So big shout out to you guys for taking it down. And if you don't know what we do, we go through all the games that are currently on the slate with all the pitching, which I do believe all the pitching is up since it's only 6 games. Then we'll break it down a little bit. We'll look at their previous games, and then we'll look at maybe some of the bats that we like. On top of that, anytime a video gets at least 50 likes and you leave a positive comment, your name is put into random.org, and you have a chance to win a free week of MLB DFS. If a video gets 100 likes, you have a chance to win a free month, and if a video gets 125 likes, you have a chance to win a free season pass to MLB DFS. So, that being said, we've put everyone's name in the randomizer from yesterday's video. We're going to randomize it 3 times, and on the 3rd time, that is the winner of the free week. So good luck to everyone, and let's get going. There's 1, there's 2, and the winner is Davey J. Congratulations, Davey. If you see this, like this video, then hit us up either on Twitter at advisors_team or email us dfshelp1@gmail.com, and we'll get you set up for that free MLB week pass brought to you by FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So that being said, it's 6 games. They start all at the normal thing. Thankfully, all 6 games are on the main slate. We're at 7:05 Eastern, 6:05 Central, 4:05 Pacific. And we don't have to worry about split slate. We don't have to worry about early only, main, late. Just the main is all we're worrying about. So all of our BVP, all of our lineups, all of the information that we'll have is the main slate. These are the best. For me, these are the best ones. We're just going to break it down. The first game, you got the Reds at the Orioles. You've got Brandon Williamson with the Red Hot Reds versus Cole Irvin. Obviously, Williamson has never faced them before, as he hasn't played much. The Reds, so they did end up losing the series against the Braves, which it was a really good fought game, like 3 games, really good fought. They've lost. So the Reds won, I believe, Friday night, and then they lost the next 2. Williamson has never faced them before because he's only made a handful of starts, and we'll look at those as well, versus Cole Irvin, who's only faced 2 Reds batters. This one is in Baltimore, so I don't know how to take a pitcher against the Reds right now. Williamson, he's only 1-0. He's made 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be his 7th start, and he's only 1-0 with a 5.4 ERA, which I don't really. That's what I'm concerned about. I don't know if I'll have any pitching because both of these teams, it's crazy to think about the Reds and the Orioles. Both of these teams are decent or good hitting teams. But I wouldn't take pitchers, or these 2 pitchers. Williamson's got that 5.4 ERA. Cole Irvin actually has a 1-3 record, 7.71 ERA. Not ideal, especially going up against this team that's been hitting. So I would probably take the bats in this one. Depending on the lineup that comes out, and really who's on there, Ellie De La Cruz. I don't mind Ellie De La Cruz here. TJ Friedl. Matt McClain had we used him on Sunday. Did decent for us. Didn't get the home runs we were wishing out of the team. Missed my home run parlay, but that's kind of on that thought process. And then on the Orioles side, depending on the lineup that comes out, I do know that the Orioles are calling up Jordan Westberg, which he is a shortstop. He should be called up and starting this game. Don't know if he'll be in on Fanduel or DraftKings. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see, depending on what you watch this game. Been in AAA, slash 295 batting average with 18 homers, 57 runs, 54 RBIs, and 7 stolen bases in 67 games. Those are fantastic numbers. Huge numbers. So looking at that, he would be a very cheap, Jordan Westburg would be a very cheap option if he's in there. I don't mind Adley Rutschman here. Probably looking at Santander, Cedric Mullins. We'll really have to wait to see, who is in this lineup for the Orioles when it comes out. But I like both sides of the ball here. I don't like the pitching, though. So I will have exposure to both of these teams. I don't know if there'll be stacks, but I'll definitely have exposure to this game for sure. Next game, the Brewers at the Mets. You got Colin Ray versus Justin Verlander. Ray coming in, 3-4 record, 4.88 ERA. Does have 54 strikeouts and 62.2 innings. Verlander comes in this, 2-4 record, 4.50 ERA, 44 strikeouts and 52 innings. Ray's only faced 11 Mets bats, never given up a hit, 36.4 K percentage. Verlander, 41 plate appearances, 34.1 K percentage against him, 146 batting average. The Mets found yet another way to lose a game on Sunday. I believe they had 2 hits batsmen to give 2 runs, and I think they ended up losing by 1 or 2 on Sunday. Let's see real quick, which is So they the Phillies scored 4 runs in the 8th inning. They were down 6-3 going into this game, or going into the 8th inning. Yeah, 2 errors, hits batsmen, other hits, home runs. The Mets are metting. But this is a good matchup for Verlander. I kind of like him here. He's up there in age. I won't lie. I don't think I could look at Colin Ray, though, because his last start against Arizona, 5.1 innings, 10 fantasy points. Starting at Minnesota, 5 innings, 15 fantasy points. Then he had Baltimore at 39, Cincy 27, San Francisco 30. If you want to get crazy, because it is 6 games, I could see you maybe throwing him in a tournament. But it really just depends. This is kind of shaping up almost like a tournament day, just the amount of 6 games. We'll kind of see what the news comes out, the lineups that come out. Weather. I looked at the weather. It doesn't look like we're going to have any weather concerns unless something randomly pops up, and then we'll kind of let you know. So nothing as of now that shows the weather is going to be a factor in this game. Looking at that, I would rather take Verlander here. He's obviously the better pitcher. He is obviously older, though. Not coming off a good start against Houston, which we did use. He did go 7 innings with 5 strikeouts, but he gave up 4 earned runs for 24 fantasy points. Had a good outing against the Yankees, 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 earned run, 37 fantasy points. Atlanta, he only went 3 innings, got lit up there. Against Toronto at 6 innings, 43 fantasy points. So he is in store, he's in the running for a good game here against Milwaukee. It just depends. Hopefully we can get at least 6 innings out of Verlander. So in this game, I take Verlander in cash. I take Colin Ray in GPP. And then possibly we can look at bats when they come out. But none jump out to me like the first game did. Next game, you got the Twins at the Braves. You got Sonny Gray versus Spencer Strider. Gray in his career against the Braves, 98 plate appearances, 217 batting average, only 17.3 K percentage. And then on the flip side, Spencer Strider, 5 plate appearances, 60 strikeouts, 60 strikeouts, 60% strikeout rate and not giving up a hit. Strider, 8-2 record, 3.93 ERA, 136 strikeouts in 84.2 innings. Coming off a fantastic start against the Phillies, 6 innings. Did give up 8 hits, only 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts for 52 fantasy points on FanDuel. Had a couple stinkers. Time before that against Detroit, gave up 5 earned runs for 24 fantasy points. Time before that against the Mets, 4 innings, 8 earned runs, 12 fantasy points there. Kind of looking, to be completely honest with you, I kind of like both of these guys. Sonny Gray, 4-1 record, 2.56 ERA, 84 strikeouts, 81 innings. Not the best start against Boston. 5 innings, 5 strikeouts, 3 earned runs, 21 fantasy points. He's been not very many. To be honest with you, if you look at his fantasy point outage, 21, 15, 27, 21, 22, 27, 18, and he's 10,100. Probably don't trust him enough. Looking at these numbers, looking at his price, I can't trust him for his price. So I'm probably fading Sonny Gray. I think that's going to be, a lot of people will be like, excuse me, but I'm going to fade him. I'm going to look at Spencer Strider here and probably the Atlanta bats. Depending on what bats jump out, Matt Olson is always a good shot at home against a righty. Kevin Pillar, 7 for 27. Ozuna's 2 for 10, so not much. Eddie Rosario, 3 for 15 with a triple, a cheap option. Acuna, 2 for 7, he's going to be expensive. Ozzie Albies, 1 for 10. Austin Riley, 1 for 5. Matt Olson, 2 for 5. These numbers don't look the best. They're very small plate appearance and sample size. I'm probably stacking the Braves a little bit. Again, it's pretty much only a tournament-only day for me. So looking at that, I would go Travis d'Arnaud. I got to get him in my lineups. Hopefully he starts. Maybe Matt Olson, Ozzie Albies, and then mix between like Acuna, Rosario for a couple of bats there. So yeah, I'm gonna fade Sonny Gray just because his price is up there because it's a smaller slate, and he hasn't gotten 30 fantasy points since May 12th against the Cubs with 9 strikeouts. So I'm probably avoiding that. I don't trust Sonny Gray against this Braves team at home. Tigers at the Rangers is next. You got Matt Boyd versus Andrew Heaney. Boyd in his career against Texas, 89 plate appearances, 268 batting average. Texas is a really good hitting team. They just didn't put up a ton of runs against the Yankees this weekend. They lost, what'd they have, 2 runs on Saturday or on Sunday? Was it? Let's see. On Saturday, they lost 1-0. On Sunday, they lost 5-3. On Friday, they ended up winning 4-2 in extra innings. So they didn't put up a ton of runs. Matt Boyd in his career has handled them. 18K percentage is not the best. I wish it was a little bit higher. Looking at Matt Boyd, though, we used him his last start against Kansas City. Again, we like to use, and if you've never been to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com or this YouTube channel, you're in for a treat. We love to stack against Kansas City, pitching-wise. In that game, he went 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 43 fantasy points. Against Minnesota, 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, 36 fantasy points because he gave up 4 earned runs. Again, though, trying to see if he did face Texas back on May 29th. 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, 5 earned runs, 18 fantasy points. Not the best. Again, they're a really good team. I'm probably avoiding Matt Boyd, though. I think people are going to see, or casual DFS players are going to see that, Texas didn't do anything this weekend against, inferior pitching. Let's go Matt Boyd. Probably not going to do that. Probably would look at Texas bats just because I think a lot of people are going to be off of them. So I'm all in on Marcus Semien, Corey Seager. Depending on which, if Mitch Garver's in there 5 for 15 with a double, a triple, and 2 home runs, it could be Mitch Garver, it could be Jonah Heim. Really will depend on what catcher is there. Simeon's only 1 for 8. I don't care. I really like him there. Josh Young, 1 for 2. I'd go Adolis Garcia as well. So I would look at targeting mostly righties against Matt Boyd here, but looking at also Corey Seager as well. He hits lefties and righties well. And then the flip side of the ball, Andrew Heaney versus the Tigers. 13 plate appearances, 231. As a Yankees fan, I don't know how Andrew Heaney has pitched well because I saw him pitch in pinstripes and he was terrible. His last start against the White Sox, 5.2 innings, 6 strikeouts, only 2 earned runs, 35 fantasy points. And he's like $1,000 cheaper on Fanduel than Sonny Gray. Against the Angels, though, didn't have a good outing there. 3.2 innings, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, only 23 fantasy points. His fantasy point outage has been kind of not the best lately. I'm trying to see if he's faced Detroit. Hasn't faced Detroit this year. Only 13 plate appearances overall. I'll have exposure to him because, again, it is a tournament day for me. If it wasn't tournament, probably wouldn't have him all. Probably going to avoid Boyd. Didn't mean to rhyme. Stack the Rangers, and then look at Andrew Heaney here. White Sox at the Angels is next. Got Dylan Cease versus Reed Detmers. Cease coming in, 46 plate appearances, 231 batting average, 26.1 K percentage, coming in with a 3-3 record, 4.22 ERA. Does have 100 strikeouts though in 85 innings, and then Detmer's 1-5 record, 4.02 ERA, 84 strikeouts in 69.1 innings. I am probably not taking Detmers. I'm probably looking at Cease a little bit, and then looking at possibly some White Sox bats. So depending on who's in there, I don't mind Eloy Jimenez. I don't mind Lewis Robert Jr. I don't mind Andrew Vaughn. Depending on who it is, maybe Tim Anderson, trying to see if I feel. Let's see. Where's Tim Anderson? Is he a shortstop on here? He is at 2,500, which is crazy to see him at 2,500. He has 0. The problem is Tim Anderson has 0 home runs on the year. Not doing too well. I don't know about that. Probably someone else. So, yeah, just depends on what lineup comes out. We could look at some White Sox bats. Obviously, the Angels bats that you would be looking at if Dylan Cease is a target you want to go against. Ohtani didn't have the biggest. What was it? Saturday when they put up 25 runs, Ohtani really didn't do anything. Trout did homered, and then he was out. Brandon Drury had a good game. Hunter Renfroe had a good game. And we had an Angel stack, and it went off. If you were with us and you checked our lineups out on Saturday, our Angel stack absolutely crushed it for us. I think we had like 215 or 220 score on Fanduel and DraftKings lineups, which is crazy. I remember when back in the day, before all the scoring change and stuff, when you got a strikeout or when one of your guys struck out, it was minus 0.25, and a takedown in GPP was like 20 because the scoring, about 5 or 6 years ago, they like quadrupled the scoring. It was crazy. But anyway, I don't know why I got on that tangent, but looking at that, I would take Dylan Cease, but I could see both sides of the ball, both teams here having good games. So Cease could have a good game, but he could also get lit up by Ohtani, Trout, Drury, Taylor Ward as well. And then the final game, you got the Nationals at the Seattle Mariners. You got Trevor Williams versus Luis Castillo. We have, and if you've been here last week, 5 days ago, we have targeted against Trevor Williams every single time. It didn't work out for us against St. Louis. He went 6 innings in that game, 4 strikeouts, no earned runs, 40 fantasy points. Against Miami, we targeted him. We did well. The problem is the Mariners, 59 plate appearances, 280 batting average. He hasn't faced them this year. And they're very streaky. It's kind of crazy. And Luis Castillo, 41 plate appearances, 237. I think, since it is tournaments, if I'm making 20-plus lineups, I could see both of these guys. I like Luis Castillo a little bit more, but I could see you going Trevor Williams just in case he has one of those 40 fantasy point games again. But don't get your hopes up for it. Most of these numbers here are 2 guys. Suarez, 6 for 25 with 3 home runs, could be a cheaper option for you. Colton Wong, 8 for 21 with 1 home run there and a 381 batting average. I want to say Colton Wong had the best BVP of everyone on this slate, which doesn't mean much because it's BVP, but it's a good starting point. Luis Castillo's 2 for 2, but he's not going to be batting. So looking at this, couple of these bats, maybe Teoscar Hernandez, Julio in there as well. Mike Ford is a very cheap option if he's in there, since it is you got to get crazy kind of day. Flip side of that, though, if you're not taking Luis Castillo for whatever reason, who I believe Luis Castillo is the he's second highest pitcher on FanDuel, 10,600 behind Strider at 11,300. So if you're not going with him, I don't think I'm going to take any Nats bats here. If you're asking me, Lane Thomas, Luis Garcia, Candelario, maybe Corey Dickerson. Probably not going to be taking any Nationals bats, though. So that's it, guys. That's a quick breakdown, quicker video than normal. Hopefully this video found you doing well. If it did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Again, if you want to try to win a free MLB week, leave a comment. If you want to win, if you have a possibility of winning 2 weeks, all you got to do is like the video, be a subscriber, and tell me who's going to hit a home run, what inning they're going to hit it in, and the distance traveled. That will count as your comment on the video if this video gets 50 likes to be in the running for that as well. So that being said, we are trying to get to 10,000 YouTube subs before the start of the NFL season, which I know we can do it. If we do that, 2 lucky people are going to win a free lifetime pass worth $499. So good luck to everyone there. Also, this is the last week or last month that you can get FTA Plus for $10. You'll be grandfathered in until September, and then once September hits, it will turn into $25, but we are all-inclusive. So that $25 will get you DFS, sports betting, NFL, and MLB. So we're very excited for NFL. I'm already starting to do some articles. I'm putting some articles out there on the website very soon. I'm going to do some videos for NFL rankings. So I'm going to start with rookie rankings. We're going to go. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. Let me know what kind of NFL content and videos you would like to see. I'm going to start putting those out there very soon. And hopefully that will help you in your drafts. Now, it's a little too early to draft for my liking. I usually don't like to draft until at least the preseason is almost done, if not done. And a lot of the times I like to wait until the week of the start of the NFL season to draft because just you got to get those injuries out of the way and the last minute cuts and stuff like that. So we're also thinking about doing an NFL a season. Like, I don't know if you guys would be interested in doing, so we've done it in the past where it was a $100 buy-in on Yahoo, and we'd have a draft, and we'd have a season-long draft, and then top 3 win money. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. Or we could switch it over to like DraftKings and do like a league over there where it's DFS. So obviously you can have a new lineup every single week. It'd be like $5 a week or $10 a week. It'd be like top 3 win money or something like that. However, we haven't decided. If that's something you're interested in, also let me know. I just kind of trying to get a head count of what people are looking for and if they're interested. So that's all I've got in this video, guys and gals. Good luck on this Monday slate. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.